Hi, Sam from Guitar Village here, and today we're checking out two hot new releases from Fender's Vintera II Road Worn range. So right in front of me here, I have the brand new 60s Stratocaster in Sonic Blue, which is also offered in black with a maple cap. And also just behind me there over my shoulder, I have the 60s Telecaster in blonde, which will also be offered in rosewood with a burgundy mist finish. We've been stocking the Vintera range since they came out, and basically they've changed quite a lot, and we haven't really done a video on the latest sort of versions that they're doing. So while these are brand new limited edition colours, this style of road worn relicing has actually been, around for a little bit now. So it'd be great to check these out in detail, especially during a time when the custom shop prices are kind of through the roof right now. Bringing these out in a sub £1,500 mark is really, really useful. Right, so first up, let's talk about some of the specifications of the latest model. Now, as it's based on an early 60s Strat, it's got, as you'd expect, an alder body on there. It's got the classic rosewood cap on there. Now, I mentioned that there is also a black one of these available. While it's sort of 57 style, it's kind of more 60s because what they've done is they've put a maple cap fretboard on there. It's not just a one-piece maple neck. You've got a trio of 60 Stratocaster pickups and the Vintera 6-point vintage style tremolo on there as well, along with some Fender vintage style tuners on top of that too. So let's have a look at the actual finish detail on this, because I think this is the really big selling point of these models. This is a Sonic Blue finish. It's a little bit darker than the original sort of Sonic Blue finishes, which came through quite pale, almost white. But this is somewhere between like a Sonic and maybe even a Daphne Blue. What I love about these though is that with the old Road Worns, they were sort of a matte finish body, whereas these, they've actually gone for a proper, a glossy finish on there, and they've added lacquer checking. And it's a very polite looking relic. There's, a few small dents, things like that, but nothing too major. Just, almost like a vintage pre-CBS Strat would be these days. What we all really love about this though is the back of the neck. I think they've absolutely nailed it. The color, the way it's worn through, it actually looks really genuine, better than on some custom shop models I've actually seen. So all in all, this is a pretty accurate representation of what a pre-CBS Strat would be like. Okay, let's check out the Tele too. Alright, so here we have got the Telecaster. Now, instantly looking at this, as a bit of a vintage guy, I would go, that isn't a 60s Tele, that's a 50s one. But there's some nice touches on here. The pickups are very much 60s. They've got that really nice, sort of bright percussive sound you get on 60s pickups. And as I was saying with the black version of the Strat, you get a maple cap. It's exactly the same on the Telecaster. Now, what's really cool, actually seeing the maple on the front as well, is you can actually see how nice the relicing and, the aging is on these as well. The color is spot on. I mean, I've worked on a few old Teles before, and actually this looks just like those. I think they've done an incredible job. Now, they stuck with a one-ply guard, but they've gone for the 8 screw-hole pick guard on there. So, it's sort of 60s, it's sort of 50s, I think it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and they've gone for something that just looks good instead of just sticking to accurate sort of pre-CBS details. Now the finish, it's a blonde finish. Fender officially have this listed as an alder body. Now, typically for a blonde finished Tele, you would expect to see ash on there because the grain pops through. However, looking at this one, I mean, it's somewhere in between. We look at so many Teles, I wouldn't be surprised if actually that is an ash body, not an alder one, but, we will find out. Either way, it still looks great. All right, so something that's worth touching on both these models actually, while I was talking about how lovely the neck finish is, something that's really cool about the Strat in particular is that the taper on here is pretty strong as well. So typically for some of the Mexican Road Worn range, they haven't really gone that detailed in terms of the neck profile, but this is really good. So nice and skinny at the first fret and gets pretty chunky by the 12th fret. Now, in terms of who these guitars might suit, because of the style of pickups in both of them, I think if you want a guitar that's going to cover lots of ground, in my opinion, the Tele is the better bet. It's got a really nice big sounding neck pickup, you know, bigger than some Tele neck pickups, very warm, can do jazz, rock, everything in between. So that's a really good option. The Strat is absolutely something that I think, again, is very versatile, but it's going to cover a slightly different range of music. It's got a little bit more precision when it comes to the pickups, a little bit more punch in it, so it might be more suited to kind of either surf or kind of maybe some more aggressive styles of music as well. So if you're in the market for a relic guitar and you don't want to go to custom shop prices, these new Vintera II Road Worns are incredible. What you've got is a very traditional looking guitar that comes in a lovely custom colour, or you can have something that's even more traditional in the 60s Tele behind me in the blonde as well. I hope you've enjoyed watching our video on the brand new Vintera II Road Worn, Strat and Tele. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure you put a comment below. Now, as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want to find out any more about these two great guitars, the links will be in the description below.